Come on, man.
This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Trout Routes. Trout Routes is a premier fishing app that strives to empower trout anglers with information to help you go further and discover new waters, new places, and new faces. Check them out at troutroutes.com. Trout Routes is proud to be able to connect you to local resources and experts, such as fly shops, guides, local brands, and nonprofits. Be sure to check them out at troutroutes.com or the Apple App Store and Google Play Store to download the app today.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Okay, well, as you can tell, we had a little technical difficulty there. We don't have Dave, our soundboard guy, and we don't have Dan here, so it's just me. But we're going to have a good show anyways. So I think we're having a heat wave here in Charleston. It was like 60-some degrees today. But trying to get out of that cold weather and get into some of this spring stuff. But I think the groundhog saw a shadow, so we're going to have 6 more weeks of bad weather. So everything that I've heard coming through the local meteorologists say that we're going to have 2 more good rounds of snow. So you guys up there in Morgantown are going to get hit pretty good, I'd say.
Oh, good.
You guys love it up there, don't you?
I was just thinking this morning, this is the first time in a month that we haven't had snow on the ground.
Yeah, you can actually see the grass.
I forgot what it looked like.
Yep. All right, guys, so this evening we have Kelly and Rochelle with West Virginia Radio Corporation. They are the ones that are in charge of the West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am. So Can-Am is a big sponsor this year, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. So we're in Season 4 on the Limb podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls. Head over to Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts and listen to all past and present episodes. Don't forget to use Podcast 10 at checkout at outdoor-pro-shop.com for 10% off of your order at checkout. So this evening, we're going to be talking about the 23rd West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am. March 1st and 2nd at Milan Park, Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Adults is $12, kids $5, 6 through 12, and all veterans with proof of service get in for the same price, or are they free?
They're $5.
They're $5, okay. And kids under 6 are free?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. All right, so how have you guys been?
Good. Busy.
Yeah,
very busy.
I'm sure. I was sitting here thinking as I was looking at the talking points, I was like, man, I bet you like the preparation for the next show happens right after the current year, doesn't it?
It starts before it even over.
Yeah.
We actually have stuff printed off for next year's show.
Oh,
so
nice.
we're already into next year's show.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
We already have vendors. I actually talked to a couple vendors today. They're like, hey, we want to be in the 2026 show. And I was like, well, okay, let me get your name.
Nice.
So we're already talking about it, already signing up vendors for the 2026 show.
So how many new vendors do you have this year compared to last year? I know your website there says over 200 plus vendors now.
Yeah, we probably have added about 50 new vendors this year, which is awesome because you guys, thanks to people like you and people are the vendors at our show, people have just been calling us all throughout the year going, we heard about you at a show in Pennsylvania and so-and-so said we need to just call you to get in your show. And it's thanks to you guys who are putting our name out there, putting out, WVRC Media's 23rd Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show. You guys are putting it out there, and we're just getting calls from people who are like, we got to be a part of it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good to know. I know you have a lot of past vendors that, we have talked to and that invited us there that really enjoy the show, and we've had a great time every time we come. And I think we broke our record because what we do, we have a bunch of us that go to these trade shows together in the Tri-Cities and Tri-States, and we're trying to beat a record on how many people that we can have at a table at one night. And I think we beat it there in Morgantown one night, but we went to another show in Pennsylvania with the Hunt Chef. It was called the Deer Gear and Beer Expo.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I think we pulled it off and beat it there. So you guys were in the running there for the second time. But
Oh, well, we're going to have to change that this year.
Yeah, we may be able to beat that this year.
Wait, I got to ask, where did you go for that?
I believe it was. I believe it was Chili's.
Oh, Chili's?
Yep.
I think I remember seeing pictures of that, actually.
Yeah, I think it was Chili's. Yeah, we had, I think we ended up having like 28 or 29 people at the table that night.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was huge. So, we try to do that after every show. Here in Charleston, we get out and have the Outback. We do it at the Outback because, it's just like our place to go there. It's real close by, but we get together and invite new people, and we just network and just bring people together and talk about the show. So everybody talks about the good things of the show and some things that didn't go well or different things that we maybe could present to you guys or the show presenters as maybe something that you could implement as a change or just take, our opinions for. And, we've seen that with you guys in the past. You guys listen and, try to take that into account. So we appreciate that for sure.
Well, we appreciate any feedback. Yeah, we always meet right after the show as a group, and we go over the things that's why you guys telling us what you want, what you didn't like to see, what you really love to see. That's really where it makes a difference. We sit there and we go over it. We really contemplate every suggestion.
Yes.
It's not something that we take lightly. We want you guys to have fun. And I know we talked about all the new vendors, but you know what? We love seeing all of our old vendors. They've become our friends. And some of these new vendors, we can't wait till they become old friends too. And we'll get to meet new ones later on.
That's great. Yep. That's for sure.
Bottom line, without the vendors, there is no show. So
you got that right. So, and you guys have a variety of everything at the show. So tell us a little bit about some of the new things that you all have coming in this year.
Well, the biggest new thing we have that we're most excited about is a trout pond.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's a portable trout pond that'll be set up inside. There's no charge to fish and catch and release, but there'll be a small fee if you want to keep the trout and take it home with you. But we're also going to have some golden trout in there, and if you catch a golden trout, you win an additional prize.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that.
That was one of my fondest memories going to the hunting show here in Charleston was the trout pond. And
great.
They no longer have it. I don't know why they don't do it anymore, but I am so excited that you guys are offering it this year.
Well, similar to last year, we really strive to make ours a family show.
Yes.
We don't like shows where you can't take your wife and your kids along or your husband and your kids along, depending on the dynamic of your family there. But we want kids to come and feel comfortable because we're trying to drive a generation outside. This is a generation that lives indoors on, social media, on their phones, on iPads. Yep. We are trying to drive them outside and get them excited about being outside, going fishing. They don't have to kill anything or, do anything, but we're trying to get them outside. And that's kind of what's important about our show and different about our show is we're not just hunting and fishing. Mm-hmm. We like to encompass all outdoor sports. Yeah. So we're going to have e-bikes there. We're really trying to get regular bikes there. But we like to have people that do whitewater rafting, hunting, people who like to go up we have a place real close to us, Nemacolin, where they do clay pigeons and just getting people outside and loving nature and the outdoors. That is what our goal is.
Yeah, so you all have live reptiles. That's another new thing that you all are adding this year with the Zoology Zone, correct?
We actually had them last year. Last year was the first year with them, and they were a huge hit. Yeah, nice. They signed right back up. They're like, we can come back next year, right? And we said, absolutely. Everybody loved you. Yeah. Well, maybe not me because they have that 30-foot yellow python named Brittany. Yeah. I didn't like her very much.
I'm not a fan of snakes either.
See, I don't do birds. Kelly doesn't do snakes, so it works out well. She takes the falconry, and I take the reptiles.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Good, yeah.
We also have birds of prey there, and they're some of my favorite. They're beautiful. They bring out red-tailed hawks and sometimes they'll bring in some just very unique owls, and they're just awesome to watch. I love looking. I could probably stay at their table all day.
Yeah. So that's
and
one of the.
I don't do anything with wings.
No, that's
I
one
have
of the.
very good reason for that. Very good reason for that.
I hear you. No, that's one of the good things about, us being the vendors. We stay busy there. It's a busy show. So there's a lot of things that we don't get to go out and walk around and see unless it's coming by us. And one of the ones that I remember is Smokey the Bear. I had my picture taken with him last year. So Smokey the Bear is going to be there again this year, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, Smokey's great. And then you have face painting for the kids, and then kids coloring contest, and just a wide variety of things for kids, and it's centered around that, I think.
Yeah, and kids they just have a great time at our show. On Sunday we put on a lightsaber show, and everybody's like, well, what does that have to do with the outdoors? Well, not much. Really, it's not much to do with the outdoors. But do you know what? The kids love to see it. Parents bring their kids in, and they're wandering around the show, looking at all of your booths, and they're buying off of you guys. And you know what? Their kids get to have a fun time at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, that's great. All right, we're going to take a break real quick and hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with some more from the show. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Outdoor Pro Shop, LLC. Outdoor Pro Shop is a family-owned and operated firearms dealer and sporting goods retailer. They have pay-over-time options, a rewards program, and customer service satisfaction that is unmatched. They might not be the biggest, but they strive to be the best. Contact them today at 240-360-1298 or visit them on the web at www.outdoor-pro-shop.com. That's Outdoor Pro Shop, 240-360-1298. All right, guys, we're back with Kelly and Rochelle from the West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, the 23rd year for this. For some reason, I was thinking 27. I was talking to them earlier, and I was like, I know it's in the 20s. And they were like, don't make us older than what we are.
Right.
So back to some of the things that are happening at the show. You all have featured television shows that are coming in. I spoke with the Chase with Ted and Amber. They'll be there. They'll have a booth.
Yeah, this is their first year coming with us. So
Nice.
Yeah, last year they were out of town last year. We tried to get them. They have a pretty popular following up here in North Central West Virginia.
Yes.
But they were out at another show. They were really bummed about not coming last year. So we really, really tried to get them this year, and thankfully they're coming.
Now, will they do a seminar, or they have a seminar going on?
They are. They are going to have a Q&A sort of seminar with Chris Lawrence.
Okay.
So after Chris does his show and we get a seminar in, then he's going to do a Q&A with Ted and Amber.
Oh, good deal. And then
Yeah.
we also have Hunt Chef that's coming in.
Yep, he's going to do some cooking for us and
Oh, nice.
make the whole place smell amazing.
Yes, that's going to be good. I was hoping you was
As
going to
he
tell me he's
tends to
cooking.
do.
Every time he cooks, it always just draws the people to his area.
I think he's talking about cooking the whole time during the show.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yep.
But yeah, we're excited about Kenny coming with Whitetail Frenzy. We have Bad Outdoors coming, and Josh White from Josh White's Outdoor Adventure. They're all coming. So if it's somebody that, several of these people are from West Virginia.
Yeah.
We have a great crop of outdoor enthusiasts who just happen to have their own TV show. Most of them are on Pursuit Channel, and a myriad of other channels. But you know what? It's very impressive who we have.
Yeah, it sure is. We tell Jeremy all the time. We know he's from Pennsylvania. But we adopted him here in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Jeremy and I go way back.
oh, good. That's awesome.
I knew him way before his Hunt Chef days.
Yeah, he's told us all of his adventures throughout the years, and I'm telling you, that man has been and went through a done lot.
Yes, he has. I can't wait to get up and try his new market he opened up.
Oh yeah, the mountain market.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, they do all kinds of deli sandwiches there and stuff like that, and they have deli meats. But it's a really good thing they got going on there. And also they have that food truck that I think they do outside of there on special days, but they do all their barbecue stuff and all that.
And it's just exciting to see these people who have such a passion for everything, outdoors and just on our TV screens. It's exciting to see them and getting out and about and meeting us and meeting the attendees of the show. We like to watch them interact with people.
Yeah.
I like to sit there at some of the shows that we go to, and we just go and take notes and from other shows, but we like to watch the interactions of these people with their fans.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a great interaction. It's just such a great concept that their passion has turned into this.
Yeah, and about every show that you go to, every vendor has their regular customers that will come back to them there at those shows. And they bring family and friends with them, so it's just it's a building block for networking.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually need to see how much I need to pay the zoology guy to bring that snake over by Kenny's table.
Oh, yes, you do.
Great.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, because
if anybody doesn't know, he doesn't like snakes very much.
No, he hates snakes. It happened here at the Charleston show. Somebody brought one over by him, and he about flipped out.
Oh, I watched it.
Yeah, we were there for that.
He about flipped his chair.
He did, yeah. He sure did.
Yeah.
So you guys have concession stands there open as well, and you'll have some food trucks. I don't remember food trucks being there before.
Yeah, we weren't able to bring food trucks in years past, but this year they're allowing us to do it. So we'll have a couple food trucks, and one of them is going to offer wild game options. So we're kind of excited about that. Yeah.
That should go over well.
Yeah. Jeremy will probably go out there and be like, let me show you how to cook this.
He'll be taking some seasonings out there for him to get that wild flavor going.
Hey, that's networking.
It is. It sure is. So you guys are having prizes every hour. Tell us about some of those prizes.
So every hour we give prizes away. You text to enter to win. So you come into the show, you'll see signs everywhere. We'll have prize tables. You text your name to a certain number, and that automatically enters you into the prize drawings. So we have smaller prize drawings every hour, but then at the end of the show, we've got some pretty nice grand prizes.
Nice. So tell us about those grand prizes.
So, this year, they have just, we were wondering, I think probably 3 or 4 months ago, we're like, hey, what are our grand prizes going to be? And every year, our salespeople who work for WVRC Media, they just constantly surprise us. They'll come and say, hey, we got a client that has this. And this year, they just really showed up. So from our family craft shop, where they have Amish crafted furniture, we have a 13-gun corner cabinet, and it is a beautiful, beautiful piece of furniture. It's lined with black velvet, and it is just gorgeous.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Value High Q Fun Cars is giving us an Edison electric bike.
Oh, cool.
So that's exciting.
I've never been on an electric bike.
I don't really understand how they work.
I can't tell you the last time I was on a bike.
I'm like, do you pedal or not pedal?
I know they say you don't forget how to learn how to ride a bike, but I'm afraid I did.
Yeah,
so maybe I might need to try this.
No,
before we give it away.
I've not actually been on one either. They had some at the Greenbrier when we had our media day there at the Greenbrier, and I think I'm not sure what brand. Do you know what brand is coming with yours?
It's an Edison.
Edison. Okay, this one was a different one. I can't remember the name of it.
And look, I'm not trying to get political or anything, but I'm afraid if I get up on one, I'm going to pull a Joe Biden. And I'm afraid I'm just going to fall, and everybody's going to watch it because somehow there'll be a camera nearby.
There's always cameras.
So I have recently tried to ride a regular bike, and you do forget. Absolutely forget.
That's great. Well, we also have a Blue Wave Big Fish 103 pedal drive kayak from Mountaineer RV, and it is a beautiful kayak. It has the pedals, so you don't have to row if you don't want to. You can just pedal along the way, which according to many kayakers, my husband is one of them, is a great thing to have, especially if you're fishing and you're out there on the water. It's just a very nice thing to have.
Yeah, so that's another thing about them electric bikes you're saying. They do have, you can pedal those as well.
Can you?
Yes, you can. I'm pretty sure they do have pedals on them. So once you're starting to run low on power, I think that may be how you generate it back up. I'm not sure, but you can pedal. Yeah.
So if it has power, then you don't have to pedal. You can just go.
Yeah, you can just go. Yeah, the little electric motor just runs.
Now that's some exercise I can get behind.
Yep.
That's great. And then we have a one-of-a-kind bird hunt for two with an overnight cabin stay at Hunter Ridge Wing and Clay in Rock Cave, West Virginia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
that's our grand prizes this year.
They did a giveaway last year, didn't they?
They did not. This is their first time attending.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, I was remembering.
We
it was some other outdoor. I think it was like a wildlife.
We had a bear hunt giveaway, and then a hunt at Dream Mountain Ranch.
Yeah, that was what it was. Dream Mountain Ranch. I got you.
Yep.
Cool.
So we're excited about these prizes. I think it's better than last year, and not that the prizes are any better. It's just more, and we can't wait to give them out because we saw some pretty happy faces from the people who won the prizes last year. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, these are some high dollar prices. I mean, you're talking about $1,600, $2,000, $900.
Yeah. Yep. Our clients here were very generous, and we're thankful for our team going out there and grabbing them for us, and for each and every company that did give them to us to give away.
Awesome. So this year being presented by Can-Am, do they actually have a booth set up, or will you guys have Can-Ams there?
They are bringing, how can I word this? A large piece of equipment.
Okay.
We're not exactly sure what it is, but they gave us the measurements, so we had to make sure it would fit through the doors.
Oh, nice.
So yes, they will be there,
So
they will be the first to greet our attendees in Lobby 1. So any attendees that come through Lobby 1, they are set up right there in the lobby.
Cool. So that's going to be a surprise for everybody. We don't know what it is, so you got to come out and see it.
I know.
It's going to be a surprise to us.
Yeah.
So I just know it's big.
That's awesome. Yeah, so like you were saying there, it's a show for everyone, everything outdoors, guns, ammo, archery, fishing, hunting, furs, charter boats, African safaris, RVs, outdoor apparel, game calls, game sauces, seasonings, sporting clubs, hunting reserves, boats. I mean, just a little bit of everything.
It really is. My favorite part last year was walking in all of the RVs that I will never, ever own, but I can dream that I can own them. Because, man, did we have some awesome RVs there. You know what? And they sold several there last year. And, man, some of those are just gorgeous. You could just sell your house and live out of them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, some of these shows, they give, like, show specials. So you're going to get an RV possibly at this show. I don't know for sure, but most every other show I've been to, they give you a show special. So you're getting whatever RV it is at a very special price, and you won't get that from the dealership.
And they bring several different sizes. So if you don't want to drive an RV that's, as big as a 3-decker bus, you don't have to.
Yeah.
They have the ones that you can pull behind. There was a little triangle one last year. You remember seeing the little, and it was just so cute. I was sitting in there going, I could do this.
Yeah.
Not forever. I wouldn't want to live in it. But, I pull it to a park on a weekend, and it would have been beautiful.
Yep. So
I usually stay in a hotel, but I might just stay in one of those this year.
Now, we talked about that
I'll
before.
never even know. I'll just curl up in the back.
Yeah. Now, we talked about that camping before. You like glamping, right?
Yeah. I do.
It's
I don't like
glamorous.
sleeping on the ground. They had an RV last year that had a whole porch on it.
Yeah.
It had a whole porch.
I love those. I mean, we do have a camper. Ours is a 28-footer, but I don't have any slide outs. So when we upgrade, my wife does X-ray. So when the kids get in college, our plan is to travel and do some things, so she'll still be working as a travel tech, and
Nice.
I'll work remotely, hopefully, from wherever I'm at. And we'll get to see a few things and live out of our RV for like 13-week assignments at a time. So
Hey, you could be doing your podcast from the Grand Canyon.
yeah, we could.
Or
That
from
would
Yellowstone.
yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Nomad.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so you guys have seminars. So tell us a little bit about the seminar schedule.
So on Saturday, we always start our Saturdays off like this. We have Chris Lawrence from Metro News TV, Metro News Radio. We also have Metro News TV now. But he will be broadcasting live from our show from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And he likes to go around our show and look for vendors who like to come up and talk about their product, talk about their outfitting adventures. You know, he just likes to talk to a bunch of people, just a bunch of different people. So he'll be doing that from 10 to 12. From 12:15 to 1 o'clock, we're going to have Wounded Game Recovery with Dog and Drone with Sean Butler of Longspur Tracking and Outfitting. This is his second year and his second seminar with us, and he was very popular last year. He brought his dog in the show, and very cute dog, and was able to get up there and teach people how to use shed dogs. So that was a new concept to me. I didn't, when Sean had contacted me last year, he's like, yeah, I have shed dogs. And I was like, sled dogs? Do you mean sled dogs? I know what sled dogs are.
Yeah.
And then I had to get up and I called Rashad and go, what's a shed dog? And then we had to look it up and we're like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. No, they do the shed hunting as well, but they've expanded a lot. So they do a lot of deer tracking and things in, I think, about 11 different states now. So they're really expanding their services.
Yeah, they really have. And so we're excited to hear them again. And then from 1:15 to 2 o'clock, Chris Lawrence is going to host the Chase with Ted and Amber. So he'll be up there asking all the questions, you know, people want to know about Ted and Amber and all of their adventures, because I'm sure they have to have some stories. I can't imagine hunting with my husband and not have some stories to tell. There has got to be some funny stories out of there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then I think everybody's favorite part of the seminars at 2:15 is Hunt Chef, and he'll do some wild game cooking that you get to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be amazing.
Then it's at 3:15. It's Reptiles Live with Andy from the zoology. I had a hard time saying this last year.
Zoology.
Thank you.
And he was so popular. I mean, people. It's a pretty big seminar area.
Yeah.
They had packed out all the chairs. People were standing around, and he's a very dynamic speaker. And even though I don't like snakes, he makes you like the snakes. He's got a cute little crocodile too. When you rub the back of its head, its eyes roll back. So go see that little guy. But then after that, from 4:15 to 5 o'clock, we have the best kept secrets of getting your inventory of trophy bucks with Smokey from Smokey's Deer Lures. He has been a steady on our stage. I believe since before we took this event over, Smokey has been doing a seminar with us every year. And if you've never heard Smokey, you need to come here, Smokey. You're going to learn something from him.
Yep.
And then the last one on Saturday at 5:15 is DIY hunt planning. Fueling your adventure without sacrificing flavor with Justin Ost of On Point Adventure Foods. So it's basically dehydrated foods and how to rehydrate your food so you actually want to eat it when you have taken it out with you.
Oh, gotcha.
So that rounds out our Saturday seminar schedule. And then on Sunday, we're going to start off again with Andy because he's so popular. We do have a lot of kids that come on Sundays, so we wanted to start off strong with Andy. So he's going to do a second round of Reptiles Live with the Zoology Zone Science Center. And then at 11:15 from 12 o'clock, Bugsy's going to come up. And if you haven't met Bugsy, you got to stop by and meet Bugsy. But he's going to teach us seasonal hotspots and habitat enhancement. And so he's your fisherman. So we encourage all of our fishermen to come out. We want you on both days, but if you want to learn something from Bugsy, you're going to have to come out on Sunday.
And then at 12:15 on Sunday, we have my least favorite one.
My favorite.
Laurel Fork Falconry with Colin Waybright. And he'll have all kinds of birds for everyone to see.
Yeah, he's also very popular.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, he always packs out the seminar area. And then we end the show. It'll be, coming up to the last hours of the show. And that's when the kiddos really light up, and they come in and they like to see that lightsaber show with the Outer Rim Praxium Lightsaber School. And they're a really great organization. They actually do not come to get paid. They come and they ask that anything that we give them, that we give to WVU Children's Hospital.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, not only are you coming to watch a great show, you're supporting a great organization.
Yeah, no, that's great. The kids really love it, too, because it's kind of like, something that they look up to.
I mean, I know we say the kids love it, but you know what? There's a lot of adults standing around there, too.
There is, yeah.
Watching those guys.
There is. I'm right there with you. There's a lot of adults you see just stand there with their mouth open like, what's going on?
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
So don't you want to ask me why I dislike birds so much?
Yeah, I do. Let's hear about that.
Oh, here we go.
It kind of ties in with hunting a little bit. So several years ago, I was driving on 79 North, coming from Fairmont back to Morgantown, on the interstate going 70 miles an hour, and a turkey flew through my windshield into my car and beat the crap out of me.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's extremely comical now to look back on.
So, Mike, can I get a turkey call made for Michelle?
Yep.
Apparently, I don't need them.
Apparently not.
So Rochelle isn't a fan of the winged creature.
Yeah, and that's
gotcha.
just one of many reasons, because there's lots of others, but that's the most.
Yeah, Rochelle doesn't need to hunt with a bow or with a gun.
She hunts
She's
with a
got her
car.
Yeah.
I got my car.
So since we're on that kick, let's hear why you don't like snakes, Kelly.
Well, isn't that just everybody doesn't like snakes?
No.
No, I just really don't like. Okay, so I didn't have a father figure in the home growing up, so, and we weren't extremely outdoorsy people, but we went outside, and so I had a mom that treated every snake like it was an
Poison.
anaconda.
I got you.
She would freak out, scream, go grab a shovel, and that thing would be in about 100 pieces by the time she was done with it.
Okay.
And so I have just had a fear ever since. And, some people will be like, no, don't kill that black snake. It's good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's not. I will get my mom over here, and I don't care how old she is now, she will chop it up into 100 pieces.
Yeah. No, I've never really, I've never been bit by a snake, but I just don't like them. I know if I see like a black snake or something, I'll leave them alone, but because they keep away mice and other predators and different things like that.
I did touch Brittany last year, the snake.
I didn't. I don't.
So what Andy does, so anybody who does come to our show, you don't ever have to worry about petting the snake up by the mouth. Andy will never let you do that. Andy will hold the snake, the face up by him, so he's holding it up, and he'll let kids and or adults like me just pet down near the tail.
Okay.
And Brittany doesn't mind. It doesn't faze her at all. She doesn't put up a fuss, at least what I saw. I just touched her very quickly and ran away.
Yeah. That would be me.
See, I don't mind snakes in a controlled environment, but
no, I think there's something wrong.
If I were snakes walking through my yard and one was there, no, that's a different story.
Yeah, so we're excited about this year's show. We just think it's going to be a great one. I think every year we think, wow, can it get any better? And then the next year comes and we're like, wow, it did get better. So we're just excited, and we can't wait to see our vendors again. And if, somebody listening, we do have a couple of spots left. If they're listening to this podcast, they want to be a part. We like to treat our vendors pretty specially during the beginning of our show. There are things that only our vendors get, such as live singing in the morning and a flag presentation. And it's just something that a lot of our vendors appreciated last year, and we can't wait to do it again this year.
That's something that we really respect and honor about this show, is where you all do the national anthem before the opening of the show.
Yeah, it was important to us. It was something when we took over that I think it was one of the first things that we changed.
Yeah.
And that came from vendor feedback, actually.
Somebody said, why aren't you doing it? And we're like, well, we want to. And when we fully got to take the show over, we changed it immediately and said, you know what, you're not just going to get a regular national anthem either. We're going to bring in some live talent for you. And we're going to have the Civil Air Patrol again put on a flag presentation right before the song.
No, that's great. That's awesome. That's always one of the things that I look forward to. Can you tell us who the live person is that's coming in to sing it?
Well.
Or do you want to leave that for people to find out the morning of?
Well, last year we had
Beyonce.
Yeah. No Beyonce, even though she did win Country Music Album of the Year. We had a very popular singer last year who is most likely coming back. I want to give it at least a 95% chance of coming back. Donnie Davidson of the Davidson Brothers will be singing on Saturday morning for our vendors.
That's awesome.
And then Aristotle Jones of the Aristotle Jones Experiment, I think is what his band is called, will be singing on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good. Yeah. I love Donnie. He's a great dude.
He is. And you know what? He came early and he was walking around where all of our staff, meets in the morning and we're eating, and he's just strumming, and he's practicing a little bit, and then he'll just start breaking out into songs. So, it makes us happy to have Donnie around too.
I think he has more fun than any of us.
I think he does have more fun than any of us.
You can definitely tell that he lives it. I mean, he loves music. He loves singing.
He does. Yeah, and he stuck around our show and met a bunch of our vendors last year, just walked around and wanted to see, he's a big hunting, fishing guy. And so he loved to walk around and meet everyone that he could meet, in the time that he had with us. But I saw so many tagged pictures last year of, oh, look who we got to see, Donnie Davidson. And it was our vendors, and they were just happy to see him. So, it's awesome. We love doing that for our vendors.
No, he did great. I mean, he always sings great. I mean, he's got a voice like you wouldn't believe, and the talent, But he was, like you said, walking around talking to all the vendors, and he even came over to our turkey call booth and got some turkey calls, and it was great.
That'd be Donnie.
Yep, he loves turkey hunting. That's for sure.
Yep. So if there are any people on the fence listening to your podcast who they're like, I thought about going to that show and being a vendor. Well, get off the fence. Come on over. We treat you all well. We love to meet you, and we like to be friends with you.
Yep, for sure. Well, before we go, I want to give a salute to valor out to Leslie Conover. He's from Wilmington, Ohio. He served in the United States Marine Corps. He was Chief Warrant Officer number 4, 21 years of service. Went to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Bronze Star recipient, Combat Action Ribbon ×2, and he retired July 2007. So, Leslie, we appreciate your service, and God bless you. All right, guys. Well, we sure appreciate your time this evening, and they're coming to you from the West Virginia Radio Corporation studio there. We're coming to you from the On the Limb podcast studio here in Charleston, West Virginia. And, folks, get out to the 23rd West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am, March 1st and 2nd at Milan Park, Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Adults is $12, kids is $5, 6 and 12 with veterans, and kids under 6 get in free. So be sure and come out that weekend and support all local businesses and West Virginia in general. All right, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure having you guys on, and we will be talking about this show in every episode up till the day of the show. So be sure to tune in to us, and you can also tune into which one is it there, the West Virginia Radio Corporation station you all was talking about?
So we'll be doing a press tour. You'll hear us on WKKW. That's one of our sponsors.
Okay.
You'll hear us on VAQ. You're actually going to hear us all over the state as we have radio stations all over.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for your time, and we sure appreciate it. We're looking forward to the show.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the live this evening. And get out to the show on March 1st and 2nd there at Milan Park. Thank you all. Have a good night. This segment of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by AMG Network Hosting, LLC, a national independent agent for most major telecommunications service providers. If your business is in need of internet, phones, credit card processing, let AMG Hosting help you compare options. They work with over 100 national carriers, and they can help you choose the best option for your needs. Our independence means we are loyal to our customers, not a brand or a company. Call us today at 304-608-3653 or visit us at amgnhconsulting.com. amgnhconsulting.com. Phone number again is 304-608-3653. AMG Network Hosting, LLC.